Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hi.
We're talking about games things.
Yep.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yep. New games. New games.
Well, new things.
We got new games.
Because I don't know. Well, you have a new game.
I do.
You have a new game, too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Are we considering that a game?
Kinda.
I guess.
Yeah.
I went back to it and I was like, this doesn't feel like a game I played like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Okay.
But we're talking about Animal Crossing. 2.0 update plus Happy Home Paradise. Both came out since the last recording, so we got a chance to play those. Those are the big new things.
Yep.
The big new things.
I played Forza also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a game.
Yep.
Cars.
It sure is.
Well, let's start with Animal Crossing, because we all played it. Well, why don't you guys talk first about it, since both of you are coming back to it after, like, I don't know how many months. Many months.
Oh, no,
I haven't played it since the first 3 months it was released.
They're like, I haven't seen you in 6 months. And then apparently there was like one villager who I just kept neglecting to talk to every time I checked back in. And she was like, where have you been? It's been 18 months. And I'm like, you probably should have sent somebody for a welfare check. Like, I didn't exit my house for 18 months and you didn't check to see if there were skeletal remains. Like, that's a problem.
I ran into one villager and they were like, I've been thinking about having a change of pace. I'm going to move. And I said, no, you're not. He's like, you know what? That's a good point. I'm not. Bye.
Fuck me, you're right. I'm on the move.
No, he literally said, all right, I need to call up and cancel the packing and the moving company and the people that were going to take my garbage and throw it out. Like, he just went on a long list. He was like, that shouldn't be too big of a problem. And I'm just like, damn right it ain't. Get the fuck back in your house so I won't speak to you for another 3 months.
Get back in there, you idiot.
You nasty.
You big stupid bear. Get the fuck in.
The first thing I tried was the 2.0 update because there's a lot of things like quality of life stuff that was added with that I was really excited for. I spent a lot of time fucking around with the camera because the Camera Pro app is actually really cool. I like the ability to look in first person because I was able to capture this shot, which I found out that Tom the cat has a jacket that just has the word dog all over it.
That's a good jacket.
I also took it with the fisheye lens, so everything looks like an early 90s skateboarding video or rap video. But it just says dog. I'm like, and it's funny too, because like I don't think I would have regularly like noticed that if not for that mode. So I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So
like there's like a lot of details that I guess got lost in like, you know, just having the game. That now I can like see in first person. Like I actually took a regular picture of the arcade that I have in my house, and it's cool just seeing it from a different perspective.
I have the same background in my arcade too.
Yeah, so it's just like it's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's a neat arcade background. Mine is different than that.
Mine is not that actually. Mine is, I downloaded a picture of Steve Buscemi's face and planted it on the wall.
No, I think my arcade background looks pretty sick. I gotta, let me get an image for you. You guys keep talking. I'll go get an image.
So I've been messing around a lot with, just the camera, all that. I bought basically all the new stuff, I believe, or like most of it anyway. Because I didn't restart my island. I had like 30,000 Nook miles. I saw a lot of people were restarting their islands before they
31,000.
A fresh start, and I was like, I feel like the amount of time it's going to take for me to do whatever I want to do on my island versus restarting is probably like 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. Like,
that's kind of how I feel too.
Either way, I'll just do this as I go.
Not only that, but I like visited a lot of people, and I have a lot of items that I would have. That would take me a long time to get again. So it's like, I don't think so. We're good. I just picked everything out of my house. Like I just emptied my house completely, and I was like, I'll start over this way. It's like I'm starting over.
Oh my god, it's the same thing. Holy shit. But I immediately, because apparently I never paid off my house. So I paid off the last of my house because like since I was doing all the turnips for the longest time, I was just building crazy interest in the bank.
I'm sure.
Okay, continue. Sorry. I was gonna say I went to my friend's island this morning, and he had a lot of blue roses, so I took them all. And if you don't know, a stack of 10 sells for 10,000 bells.
So I just kept
taking blue roses.
Just like if you have to dig them up and sell it, or just like pick them?
No, just pick them. So he gets to keep them anyway.
Oh,
yeah. So he gets to keep them. Plus, I'm making 10,000 bells. I
have tons of blue roses.
Yeah, just fucking.
I know that.
I have tons of money though too, so it's not like I'm really like.
I don't. I only have 400,000 now, so like, yeah.
Yeah.
I have like 10 million in the bank, and I'm just like, I
can
pay off all these upgrades and still have tons of money in the bank.
Well, it's funny too because like I was gonna do because they have the new exterior options for your house, right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna do that, but if your house isn't fully upgraded, they charge you 5,000 bells. To do it. If you fully upgrade your house, you have 1 free exterior change a day.
So
I was like, all right, well, I'll just pay off my house.
I gotta go to my Twitter now to get you an image. Give me a second.
And then I'll just change the exterior. So I did that because I went with, there's like the Asian themed exterior, so I went with that. And then I'm just going to, just have some fun in the building mode and just do that. Like, there's a whole section of my island that's like an orchard that I'm just going to change.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you are. Is that a Hello Kitty hat?
It sure is.
It's a Hello Kitty hat.
My buddy, I saw that he had all the Hello Kitty stuff, and I was like, I want some Hello Kitty stuff. He's like, I already sent you some in your mailbox. I get back from his island, and lo and behold, he didn't send me the any of the other stuff. He just sent me the clothing, which he didn't show me. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm Hello Kitty now.
Yeah, I have the butthole rug. I would highly suggest.
Oh, Pom Pom Purin?
Yeah, I would highly suggest the butthole rug.
I love the butthole rug. I was very surprised that they actually kept the butthole.
I know.
I mean, you couldn't include Pom Pom Purin without the butthole.
I mean, you're right, but like, it's Nintendo, so I didn't expect them to be like, "Yep, butthole stays."
Yeah. So yeah, just been having a lot of fun like checking that stuff out, and then I actually didn't go. I think it's what the island that has all of the people on it, like all the vendors, basically.
Yeah, Harvest Island.
I didn't try any of that out yet. I also didn't take a ride with Cap'n. I immediately went and started doing the Happy Home Paradise stuff.
So to get Brewster to your island, you have to do the Cap'n thing.
Okay.
Because like once you gotta go talk to. Well, I can't remember their names. I see them like every day. The owl in the museum.
Oh, Blathers.
Yeah, let's talk to Blathers. And then I'll be like, oh, my friend, the Brewster. He's lost, and I tried to reach out to him, but I can't find him. Here's his picture. He likes gyroids or something. And then, I don't know, he mentioned something about going with Cap'n somewhere. But then you go to the island, and then you find Brewster there, and you talk to him. And then he comes back. And then when you talk to Blathers, he'll be like, oh, thank you for finding him. He's like, I'll upgrade the museum. And then the next day, the cafe will open.
Okay.
At Harv's Island, like, so you get the different shops, but you have to like pay for each of them, and they're like 100,000 each. So, yeah. But the nice thing is, Red's there every day, so I might actually finish my museum. Good. So he's still bringing a ton of fake shit, but if you buy one, then it'll replace it, so you can go back and get something the next day. So I'm like, I don't care if this shit is fake. I'm gonna buy it. So he puts up something new. So hopefully put up something not fake tomorrow that I actually need.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Like, Katrina was there, but I was like out of money and too lazy to get it when she opened up, so I still haven't tried to see what she does yet. I only did the one Cap'n Island to find Brewster. And it wasn't anything too excited. I got a couple gyroids and I buried them. And I got, 2 gyroids now that do weird things, because that's what gyroids do.
Just do things.
Yeah. So those are those things. At least, and I did think it was weird, but today, Isabel was like, she's like, hey. Well, she was like, she had news, but she's like, what's her name? Sister's here in the plaza. Why don't you help her with some fashion design? And I was like, what? You're actually going to tell us who's here now? Like, that's new?
Oh, wow.
I was like, okay, that's kind of nice. So instead of trying to guess who's going to be each day. But I don't know. I don't remember her doing it yesterday, but I also don't remember who was there yesterday. So I don't know. So Yeah, and supposedly, like, if you get the shot people, like, on the island, like, if they're on the island, if they're not on Harv's Island, if they're on your island, because it's, like, their normal day to be there, then they won't be on Harv's Island for that day, I guess. So, yeah, that too. There's some other stuff. There's a lot of cool, like, new items, though. Like, I got some gazebos. Those are kind of cool. You can get those, like, with your Nook miles.
Gazebos?
Yeah, and then you can take them to the llamas. I don't remember their names either.
Oh, Reese and
Witherspoon.
Yeah, Reese and Witherspoon.
And they can do like the changes on them. So basically, it's like the alternate designs. Like I assume it's the ones that you would normally get if it was like a different island. Like you know, how certain designs are like exclusive to your island and you can't change them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that you can just change them to the other island designs. That's what it is. Like they could take your non-customizable items and customize them. So that was pretty cool. Like I took the gazebo that was in there and I changed it into something that was completely different looking. And I was like, oh, that's really rad. So yeah, it's pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to work my way there because it turns out I barely played this game when it first came out. So, you know, the usual. So
I mean, that's usually what happens with people with Animal Crossing. You know, they get their house all like up to date, but then like they miss all the other stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I got my house all done, but then I didn't even get like any of the star rating. I don't even have the ability to like terraform.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You really didn't do.
No, I just shotgun getting my house built up, working on making my house the way I wanted it to be. Got back, and then I'm like, man, I don't want my house like this. I'm making me a new house. And then I was like, oh shit, I don't have any money because I spent it all on my house. And I was like, oh shit, it's really hard to get around because I never got my 3-star, 4-star, 5-star island. So I'm just kind of experiencing the game right now for the first time because even before playing anymore, I actually can't continue until I get the 3-star island. Captain doesn't show up until you do.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lovely. I didn't know that.
Didn't know that either. Surprise. Was there anything else from the 2.0 update that was interesting?
I don't think so. Let's see. I don't think there was anything. But let me just do a Goog. I was giggling just now because my Google was autofilling, and there was a tweet recently that I retweeted and said something because it was like people are scalping for the 2 new villagers everybody wants, Shino and Sasha. And then somebody said scholars are going to study Animal Crossing market inflation. And I retweeted it and I said, I tried doing some research. Do not search Animal Crossing inflation. It has nothing to do with money.
Oh, is Sasha a rare Animal Crossing villager?
I don't know if she's rare. I just know she's in high demand.
So let me tell you this.
Wait, who is it?
Sasha the bunny.
So I bought 6 packs of the Animal Crossing cards.
Shit. Scalper.
I bought 3 from Best Buy and 3 from Amazon.
Okay, yeah, scalper. Diversifying.
I mean, I'm not selling them. I bought them for myself.
No,
but anyways, but I opened them up and I got fucking 4 Sasha cards. 4
of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fucking odds are that? Like, 6 packs and 4 of them, each one had a Sasha card in it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I got 1 pack of Animal Crossing cards, and I got Raymond, the Raymond card. The weird cat that everybody likes. I also got the Daisy May special card, and I was like, I like Daisy May.
I got 2 of the penguins, so I got that.
Yeah.
I had a couple duplicates. I got 4 Sashas, and I was like, fuck this shit. I'm like, I do not want 4 of these fucking bunnies. Strangely, the 3 from Best Buy, all 3 of those had Sasha cards in it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Because I figured if you got 3 from the same place, like they'd probably be like right next to each other in the package. So you'd be like, oh, more diversity, you know?
Yeah, you would think so.
That's not what happened. Like 3 of the same cards. I also got 2 Wendells.
I don't know who
2 Wendells, 2 of the Penguins, and 2 Audis. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then.
I haven't done anything with them yet. I just got them and opened them. I was like, look at my new cards. So, but I'll probably summon the penguin to my island. Or to my Happy Home Paradise. I don't know which.
Yeah, I haven't even done Happy Home Paradise yet.
No?
No. I like I said, I started focusing on trying to get my island up to snuff because I wanted to actually do all the other stuff.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah. But there's a lot to do. I mean, honestly, like I've done a little bit of Happy Home Paradise, but there's been so much to do otherwise that I've been spending a little bit of time, like the last couple of days, outside of the Happy Home Paradise and just doing island shit instead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I totally can understand that because there's a lot going on. They had a lot of new stuff.
I got memed by my friend when I went to his island. Like he was like, "Yeah, check out this chair," and I was like, "Oh, this is a cool chair." So I like sat down in it, and then he literally just like did an emote where he dropped down right in front, looking right at me, and I couldn't get out of the chair anymore.
I actually love that.
So Nick, you played Happy Home Paradise then?
I did actually. Did you try any of it?
Yeah, I did. I think I did 2 houses.
Okay.
So I didn't get terribly far with it. I played a little bit of it. So
okay. I did 3 houses so far.
Okay, so we're about the same. Not terribly far away.
Yeah, I did 3. The first one I did was the Eloise, which I believe is the first one that everybody gets.
Yeah, I think everyone has to do that one. Where she's just like, I want a reading room. And you're like, okay.
You're like, okay, I guess so. And then the second one I did was Roscoe. He went like a black and white room.
Oh, see, mine I did. Oh, I don't remember what her name was. I'm just dying with Animal Crossing names today. I think it was a dog, and she wanted a
what? She wanted a chocolate?
No. She wanted to be like a YouTuber, like a video streamer.
Okay.
So you got like a camera and like a computer stuff to set up. I was like, okay, there floats your boat is very, very topical, I guess. So here you go.
Yeah.
Here's camera and a couch.
And then the third one I did was Cherry, and she wanted like a fashion show setup.
Okay, that one sounds more fun.
So that was pretty fun. I'm pretty much because I can obviously it's going to be like a limited amount of people that you get.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go for villagers that I like. And I like Cherry. So
that makes sense. Well, I was looking at the island too, because if you count the amount of spots that are there, there's 50. So it's like you got a lot to go through.
Yeah, that's true. There is 50.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll do it. And I was like, I decided I'm gonna pace myself. I'm like, I'm not gonna do more than 1 house a day.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to like blaze through this like Animal Crossing like I did before and just, have nothing left to do. So so that's what I've been doing. So I did a little bit of that, and there's something I was just gonna say about it. I totally lost it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, so it's nice. Like the one thing I like about it is like I already decorated my house the way that I want to. So it's kind of nice to have someone else's house to like fuck around with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's what I want. And you're like, okay, I can do that. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Love that.
I wonder if you would make a house that they hate though.
So I thought about that too, and I saw somebody made the house for Eloise where like literally all they did was put all of the things that she wanted in the corner and like face the chair like at the wall. And like she was like, I love this. And I was like, I wonder like if I don't want to risk it, but at the same time, like I'm wondering like if I made like a room that is completely not what they wanted, but include the 3 items that they want, and then just make the rest of it nonsense, or just not even put those 3 items in there, and then I don't know.
Well, like when they did,
fired? Can you get fired in this game?
I don't know. I mean, it's very similar to the like during the summer they did this like event where Reese and Witherspoon wanted they wanted it like the wedding photos done.
Yeah.
And so like she's like, this is the shit that I want in there. But the trick was like I didn't not want there's sometimes I want to take photos where I didn't want that stuff in there. So I would just shove it all against the wall behind where I was taking the picture from. But they'd just be like, oh yeah, there's 16 things in here, which is what I wanted. So that's great. And otherwise it's just us posing in front of a background. It's like, okay.
That's actually funny as fuck. So yeah, I've been doing some of that stuff. Like I said, I haven't done a lot. I really enjoyed the monkey, Nico.
Oh, okay.
He's a good monkey. It's a good monkey. I haven't bought anything with my my Pokey yet from the company store. But
I saw a TV VCR combo and I was like, that looks sketchy as fuck. I'm like, I want to buy that.
I actually had that in mind yesterday and I was like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm fine. But I wonder if it's the same thing every day since it's online. You know what I mean? Like, because you said you played it yesterday. And you had the TV VCR?
No, I didn't play it. Mine was on. I played it on Sunday. That's when I got it.
I had the TV VCR yesterday. Okay,
yeah.
that would have been like weird. But yeah, no, that stuff is fun. I'm just curious of how long it's going to keep me enthralled back into the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think my actual endpoint for Animal Crossing might be when I actually finish the museum, because then I have absolutely nothing left to go back for.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to do all 50 of the houses.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's that too. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do that. But we'll see. Maybe I will. Maybe there's some like magic end game to that DLC. I don't know.
Because I doubt any. I don't know. Maybe somebody has done all 50 by now.
I'm sure some crazy person has.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be something with Brandon's time warping abilities that's really.
Just wait till you hear the newest time warp ability.
Is this with Forza?
Oh yeah.
Do we have anything else to say about Animal Crossing? We can go Forza.
I don't. I'm
all right. Yeah, it's all you, Brandon.
All right, so I've had Forza since Friday. I decided, since I already had Game Pass, well, my friend decided that we would do it, and I guess Thursday late Thursday is when we originally got it. We decided to do the $45 add-on, which gets you the gold edition of the game, which gives you early access to the game, all the car DLC, and all the like extra credits and shit like that. All right, so that's what we did. So we started playing like late Thursday night, and then Friday, and then Saturday, and then we took a break. We didn't play at all yesterday, and then I played some Monday, I guess. Okay. And then I played some today before we got on the podcast. I have driven all 575 roads on the game. What?
Huh?
I have driven all 575 roads in the game.
Is you sure that's the right number, Brandon? Don't you mean maybe 5.7 roads?
Nope, 575 roads. I've driven all 575 roads in the game.
Okay.
I have smashed all of the billboards, which allows you to fast travel anywhere in the entire world.
Okay.
I have finished all of the main quests, and we're just playing side quest stuff now and doing seasonal stuff.
Okay, so my question now to you then is: does the game not have a lot of content, and you just finished?
No, there's a shit ton of content.
Okay, so you just slipped
really
into
like this game.
You slipped into what will be known as the Brandon Pocket Dimension.
Yeah, basically,
and were able to complete a lot more in like mortal time.
Yeah, more or less. Let me see. Console companion. How many hours have I played of this game? That's the question. I know I've streamed 15 hours of it.
Okay.
So how many hours have I played of it? That's the question. Forza Horizon 5 activity feed. Does this tell me any of my stuff?
No. Does it?
I don't know. Info. I'll have to figure out how to find playtime. How to find Xbox.
I'm gonna guess like 30 to 40 hours. It's anywhere between 30 and 40 hours.
Sounds about right.
Right? Like I figured like that.
Oh, okay. So I go to achievements, and then activity feed, info. My achievements. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I haven't done like. I've only got 28% of the achievements.
Oh.
So let's keep that in mind.
Okay.
I need to boot up my Xbox. I can't do it via PC. Okay, that'll give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But anyway, while I'm waiting for all that stuff to boot up and whatnot, I will just say that this game is incredibly good. Like it's a lot of fun.
That's good to hear. I mean, I love the Horizon series more than I like the main games.
Yeah, I do too.
They're all just super, super fucking good. Like even like the other day, because I preloaded Forza Horizon 5 on Friday when I thought it came out for like the peons.
Yeah.
And it didn't, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I have Forza Horizon 4 on my system. I'll just, give that give that a chooch. And like even that game's like so fucking good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, I'm happy it's good. Like I feel like Forza Horizon has been like the most consistent game that they've put out because like everything else is kind of like. But Horizon always entertains.
Yeah, let's see, what's the easiest way to explain like how I feel about Horizon? Mm-hmm. Basically, when I play a Horizon game, I just kind of zone out because they're just so much fun. It's one of those games that's like perfect for not caring about anything and just chilling out and playing, and you kind of get lost more or less, and that's how I feel about Horizon. Oh, there's the stats. I have played, it says 1 day, 6 hours and 55 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm ranked 3rd out of 12 of my friends that have played this game. That means someone is actually played more than me. Oh, of course it's that person. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be that person?
It's GP. It's GP. He's played 1 day, 18 hours and a minute.
So I wasn't far off, because you said, what, 1 day and how many hours?
6 hours, so we're like 30 hours. Yeah, 30 hours and 55 minutes.
I'm proud of myself.
It's a really fucking good game, though. Like, everything about it's just great. I felt like Horizon 3 was kind of where the vista's looking different the more you drive out into the world itself, and having the vistas be varied was kind of where the game series of Horizon peaked. I thought Forza Horizon 4's vistas weren't really that varied.
Yeah.
Across the world. But Forza Horizon 5, there's a lot of different variations of areas that you can race in this game. And as such, I like this one a lot more than I did 4.
That's good.
Just in general, I think it's fantastic. Like, I mean, it's a racing game, so I don't know if I can put it at the top of my list, mostly because like racing games and stuff like that are just kind of like, they're like popcorn movies to me. You know,
yeah, it's fair.
It's not something that like stands out because it's like, oh, story, who gives a fuck? You know, that sort of thing. Like, yeah, there's a story in racing games, but is there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a career mode, basically.
Yeah, it's like a career mode, and I'd say this career mode's probably the one that I cared the least about. To the point where, like, a good chunk of the career mode can't be played with friends also, which is a big issue for me. But the stuff that can be played with friends, like all the little races, being able to make your own race. Oh, the servers are dead again. These servers have been dead for a while, which, by the way, the reason why I was able to slip into a slipstream and play this game so early and put so much time into it, Nick, it's because I went to New Zealand for a day. And then had a good old time playing Forza Horizon 5.
Nice.
Because if you don't know, Mike, if you change your clock on your system to New Zealand, you can get the games when they release at midnight in New Zealand and just play them right then and there. So I got an entire day ahead of everybody playing Forza Horizon 5.
It seems like a very silly thing that they probably should have fixed.
Yeah, it hasn't been fixed at all since the original Xbox One. So at this point, there was even like a tweet a few, like, I think it was 2 or 3 years back. Whenever Gears of War 5 released, there was a tweet from Xbox New Zealand that was like, the number of people playing on our servers has gone up like 57% today. Wow, we have so many New Zealand Xbox gamers. And then like right below it, the tweet is like, is anyone gonna tell them? Like someone just commented that. It was so good.
Who's gonna tell them?
But yeah, it's been a known, like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it an exploit because like it's just built into the system. It's just whatever. You know, it'd be like if I had a Japanese account and I bought Japanese versions of Switch games ahead of time, which I have done. So, you know, it's the same thing. But yeah, this game it's great. You like racing games, and I would recommend this game highly. I've played it both on Xbox Series S, which is my Xbox, next gen Xbox of choice, as well as PC. I've played it on both, actually, because surprisingly it worked on both PC and Xbox, so we'll just leave that alone right there. But anyway, the PC version actually runs phenomenally. I had not a single issue whatsoever running in 3440 by 1440, and also running it on max settings. So like I didn't drop below 75 FPS the entire time. It seems like the game has like built-in dynamics changes and stuff like while you're racing to keep your frame rate high, but it's barely noticeable. What they have pulled off with this game from a technical standpoint is absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some videos that I did some research on of this game running on the original Xbox, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Somehow Turn 10 and Playground Games just knocked it out of the park on every single Xbox that you play this game on. It'll look great no matter what.
Good for them.
So I'm very impressed. And then on top of it, it's a really good game. So hell yeah.
I mean, it looks good visually. I can say that.
Well, no, I mean like just in general, the racing, the way the cars feel.
I'm just saying from someone who has no
doesn't like racing games.
Yeah, like it looks good.
Oh yeah, it absolutely does. I'd say my only complaint is literally my own fault and everyone else's that used the like New Zealand thing, which was we killed the servers. We all fucking killed the servers. Just straight up killed the servers. They've been having server issues pretty much since the first hour it released. However, in their defense, even though they've been having server issues, if you connect with someone, like for instance, me and GP were playing pretty much the whole time, and if you connect with someone and have a convoy going with your friend or whatever, if they start up a race, even if you're not in their servers, it'll ask you if you want to join their race, and then it'll put you into a race. So even though you can't do the open world stuff right now with a friend because the servers are actual trash, it does have specific like sides that allow you to like play the individual races with friends without being dropped from the servers. So that I really appreciate, because if you can just race in a racing game online still, even without being able to play the open world, I mean, who gives a shit? Like if I can play with my friends in a racing game while racing, then that's still a win in my book, even with the server issues. So yeah, it's great. I really have no complaints about the game, other than, like I said, the servers are kind of dookie, but that is literally all of our faults. Not you, Nick. You were a good boy, but pretty much everybody else was absolutely not. So, yeah. Oh, the music's really good too. That's something I did want to point out. Yeah.
Let me look at the track list.
I will say Gorillaz is on here. That's good.
Let's see what we got here. Soundtrack. Every radio station. So the Gorillaz is on. Is it like new Gorillaz, or is it like?
It's the one with Beck, the one about pagans.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good song.
Yes, it is. It is.
I really like Beck, so that's fine. Fuck yeah, Intergalactic is in this game.
Intergalactic is. Yeah, I've done so many skill songs with Intergalactic playing, and it's just it feels great every single time.
We've got De La Soul. Oh, they put Industry Baby in there. That's good.
They did, yeah.
I
actually like Industry Baby as well.
That whole album is great. But what else we got here? Don't know any of that.
A lot of the songs I didn't know are just straight up easy to vibe to. They're really good.
Yeah, I know who Ribataki is.
I know they have that one band that you like, Porter Robinson. Is that it?
Oh, Porter Robinson's in this?
Yes.
What song did they put in here? What song did they put in? Oh, they put Look at the Sky. What the fuck? That's so weird. That's like such a depressing song. Well, not a depressing song, but like it has like depressing things in it.
Yeah, I think it's just, like I said, the vibes that you get from all the music that plays while like racing around this area. They're just great. They're really on point. Lots of fun.
bring me the Horizons in this.
Like I said, it's a pretty good track list. I do quite like it.
I forgot they always put like the classical music in it too.
Yes, and that is such a life hack for this game. You know why, right, Nick? Anytime there's a skill song on, if you have the classical music on, you get like 6 to 8 minutes worth of time for getting up your skill rating.
Oh wow.
So it's like, you really want those extra points, you really want to unlock shit fast, boom, there you go.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I was able to Weebify most of my cars, so right now I'm driving around in a Lucky Star vehicle. It's pretty good. I've got a Gura Supra. Okay, that's a Supra Gura.
Let's see here.
Oh, I have a skill song going right now. Can you guys give me a minute?
Ridiculous, Brandon.
I booted it up to see how much time I had in it, and then I wanted to put more time in it. All right, just fuck. Right, it's good. It's real good. That's really all you need to know.
Okay.
All right. You got anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. And Nick, you're all out of things too, right?
Yeah, I'm all chooched out.
All right. I'll talk about my last thing then.
All right, let's hear it.
Pokemons. That's what I've been playing. Yeah.
Which one?
So, well, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, this is going to be a little bit longer story.
Ooh.
Because it's been brewing for a while. I've just been sitting on it for a little bit. So, what happened? So, it was before Metroid Dread came out, and I was like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was like, oh, I'm going through and I've been cleaning up my like backlog of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things that was on my backlog from this year was new Pokemon Snap. So,
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I went through and I tried the new levels and I finally unlocked the rest of the game and finished it up. And I was like, okay, well, the game is better now that I don't have to deal with that bullshit unlocking thing anymore. So that's nice, because that is probably one of the most detracting things from that game.
Right? It made me just not want to play that game.
It still frustrated the fuck out of me, even going back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was one mission that I was on, and it was like, because you have to find like the bloom flowers so you can get the things, so they light up at night, and then you can go at night. Yeah, like there was one where it was like there was only one, and it was down at the bottom of a fucking crevice, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it took me like 5 tries to this level to find it, and I was like, you've got to be fucking me. This is ridiculous. Like, no one would find it here. Like, I had to look at a YouTube video to find it. I was like, this is dumb. I'm so pissed at this game.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, it is more enjoyable when you're not dealing with that shit. And also, too, the other thing and I thought the original N64 game had this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like when you finally unlock all the levels, too, it actually unlocks like a score challenge for the level. And I'm like, why wasn't this here this whole time? This is like more enjoyable than just doing the individual pictures.
I'm pretty sure that was in the N64.
I thought so too. I didn't look to see, but I was just like, this should have been unlocked.
No, you know what? Beginning. I'm like 99% sure, and you know why? Because I remember them for Blockbuster events. Mm-hmm. Like, you had to get a certain score challenge back when they had those kiosks that had, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the Pokemon.
Yeah, I feel like they did tournaments with that.
That makes sense. Like, that's how you would do it. And like that feels like it's a far more like competitive like thing for this game, since the pictures kind of like cap out pretty easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't unlock it until like you've basically finished the game. And I was like, this is dumb. But everything's unlocked now, as far as I know. So it's like, okay, well that's more enjoyable now. But my like initial like
interaction with this game,
yeah, it's just like it just gave me such a bad taste at the beginning. It's just soured my mood on the game. So, I mean, it's cool when you have.
I'm very glad that I'm not the only one that felt this way, because I was very excited for this game. I think I even mentioned this, and then like I just felt like the unlocking was like at a snail's pace, to the point where it really just felt like busy work. It felt like I was playing a mobile game. Like,
it's
having
slow
to wait,
and it's frustrating.
Yeah,
like both aspects together. Like, it's just like, if I didn't have the internet, like I don't know if I ever would have finished this game. Like, I would just been like, don't care. Like, I don't know why another level's not unlocking. Like, I know there's other levels. It's pretty clear. But I'm like, whatever. Like, it's very annoying that I had to go and look that shit up. Because there's nothing in the game that tells you where these things are. Annoying. So anyway, so that's what...
I think it's one of my biggest disappointments of this year, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I would say so too. Like, I mean, like I said, like when it works and you're having like, you're not dealing with that shit, it's fine. It's great. But it's when it doesn't work and you have to deal with the frustrating bullshit that it's just like, it just takes away so much more than it gives you. So, yeah, too bad. Maybe they'll figure it out next time. Or maybe next time I go back to it and it's like, oh, I want to do a time attack or something. Then maybe it'll be fun. I don't know.
Be like, oh man, this game's way better now.
Yeah. I mean, the new levels that they put in were kind of cool. There's a lot of Pokemon there. Like, one of them, you're like shrunk down to small size.
Oh, that sounds cool. Like a rat's map. Actually, I don't know if you know what that means.
I don't know. I'm just agreeing with you.
There's a thing in Source games, games like Half-Life and those sort of things. Like Gary's Mod or CS, like Counter-Strike, like the original. They called them rats maps, and they would be like maps like you'd play in Counter-Strike or whatever, but instead of it being normal things, it'd be like essentially your characters are small soldiers and it's like some kid's bedroom. And like those maps are like you're shrunk down and you're fighting in those maps, and it was made by like certain groups of people in the community because it was like modders that made it, and they were really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, and that is pretty much what's going on in this game. So it's kind of cool. Like, I mean, when you find like normal small Pokemon, they're huge.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And then you come across like what's the big turtle evolution called? Tortuga, maybe?
Tortuga? No, that's just turtle in Spanish.
It's just turtle in Spanish. It's something like that. But then that thing's fucking huge. So it's like, because it's like, it's basically like an island.
You talking about Turtonator? Yeah. The fire one?
No, it's the starter from
Tortic?
Turtwig.
The one that was with Turtwig is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the one Turtwig turns into.
Pokemon. Torterra.
Yes, that one.
Tortuga.
Tortellini?
Tortellini? I'm sorry, Tortuga is hilarious to me. Wow.
Well, Tortuga is Spanish for turtle, so
it is
that far off.
We ain't even trying anymore. All right, well, what's it called in Spanish? Oh, fuck.
The only reason I know that is because whenever I see a turtle, which obviously isn't a lot, I scream Tortuga.
Wait, really?
Well, I'll see a turtle, I'll be like, Tortuga! Like, really loud.
I mean, yeah, it's fair.
It's a little fun thing that I do and I enjoy.
Yeah.
That honestly does sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to go looking for turtles with you just to hear you scream Tortuga.
Yeah, we'll just go to an aquarium.
Aquarium,
like, Brandon, look.
Oh my god.
Tortuga!
Just keep rubbing me by my shoulder. Tortuga!
Look at him!
Oh shit. You right?
So anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's cool. There you go. I hope you do that when you play Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, I ain't get Pokemon Snap.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but when you do,
I don't know if I'm gonna.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, you can get the one for NSO. You can try that one. Take that one first.
Yeah, but the controls are gonna suck.
It'll be a better experience than the Switch one. So straight off. Anyway, so after I finished that, I was kind of like pseudo in a Pokemon mood, but I was like not quite there yet. And then the NSO stuff was coming up, and someone mentioned, and it's actually a good thought, and I know it will never happen, but they're like, you should put Pokemon Home into NSO, and I was like, oh, that's a much better value proposition.
My friend said that. Yeah, my buddy said that also.
And then I think like the new codes for the new mythical Pokemon came out, so I booted up Pokemon Sword and got that. And then I was kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to play Pokemon Sword again. And then I was kind of like, well, if I got Pokemon Home, I could steal all my Pokemon away and reset the game and just go and just start it over. And so that's what I did. I got Pokemon Home. I swept all my Pokemon together because I was like, oh, I can finally finish my Pokedex or whatever. And then, because I had finished it in Gen 5.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so I could steal all those back from wherever they be, sleep them in a home, and then sweep my other Pokemon in a home, sweep the sword Pokemon in a home, reset that, get the expansion pack, start that up again. So that's what I've been doing. I did all that, actually. Wow. I actually just finished the expansion pack stuff, more or less, for Pokemon Sword the other day. Like, I finished the main story stuff.
Yeah, I still haven't played that expansion pack. I've been wondering if I should.
So here's the thing. Like, I wasn't really sure what to expect. So just kind of backtrack, I guess, a little bit. Like, I don't remember where we were as a group on Pokemon Sword and Shield. I remembered enjoying it quite a bit. Like, I thought they added some nice stuff. I know people were bent out of shape about the Pokedex changes, but, like, the experience that they put together with the gyms was much better than Sun and Moon.
Okay.
Because Sun and Moon, I think we pretty much universally hated.
Yes, it was garbage.
Yeah. Because the gyms, remember, in this one were really exciting because they were like the soccer matches, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like everyone's like cheering and stuff, and then you got the Team Yell, like those like groupies that follow you around.
Those gyms made me think of like esports events.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was a nice lively world. You had the wild area where you can go, and they had all like the Pokemon spotting and run around and see all that stuff. I know there was like the Dynamax battles that you would just find where you get like the random Pokemon stuff. And just going back through it again this time, I was like, honestly, I really like a lot of the quality of life changes they made to this series. Like, you could access your box everywhere. You didn't have to go back to a Pokemon Center to do it. You had access to the trading and all that stuff. Pretty much everywhere. The Dynamax battles, because you got those, what was it, the experience candies, which could help you level up Pokemon so much faster, which is really nice. So overall, like, I really enjoyed that game. I really enjoyed playing through it again just now. I thought that was really nice. And I will say too, like, Pokemon Home's actually really good, like legitimately good. I think I poo-pooed it last year when it came out because I was like, it's a little overpriced. It probably is a little expensive. I poo-pooed it. But like, honestly though, it's kind of convenient and nice. Like, you can transfer your stuff on and off of the games pretty easily. You have access to your Pokemon and your Pokedex from your phone. You can do GTS trades right from there. They made it so you can put Pokemon Go into Home now. So any Pokemon you caught in Go can be transferred over and then used in your games, which is pretty nice. So they added all that stuff. So I went through and I've been kind of filling my Pokedex. So, like I said, I completed the Pokedex with Gen 5, but there was some issues that I didn't think of. Well, I kind of knew that they were there when I did it, but I didn't realize how bad it was until I like transferred it over to Home. But there's a bunch of holes, because the holes were from like when I was playing on Pokemon Black. Like, I would evolve the Pokemon, so I'd have the Pokedex entry, but not have the Pokemon that I just evolved anymore.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh yeah, I got all 3 of these versions of something, but when I transferred them to Home, you'd be like, oh, you just have the final version of that Pokemon line and not the first 2. But the nice thing is, because I could transfer things in for Pokemon Go, I was able to fill almost all of those holes with Pokemon Go Pokemon. I was like, oh, that's pretty convenient. So, and that was really nice. Then I missed one event Pokemon, and so I went to Reddit and I got a trade for it. That was pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
So, he's Nick probably knows it because it's Unite. It's Zerora.
Zerora, yeah.
Zerora.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I guess people bitch about it on Unite because he's overpowered. That's what I found out.
The balancing in Unite, it leaves a lot to be desired, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so I got that Pokemon. And then what else do I have to do? Then there's a bunch of Pokemon, obviously, from Sun and Moon that I don't have. I'm still working. I'm like down to like 60 Pokemon I still need. But another fun fact, almost every single Pokemon from Sun and Moon is available in Pokemon Sword. There's only like a handful that aren't. And I was like, yeah, that's really convenient. So, yeah, so there's that. So I've been working at chugging along with that. So let's talk about the expansion packs. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I do want to hear about these.
So I thought they're really cool, actually. I think they had a lot of neat stuff. So, because you got 2 new areas. You have, I don't know, I don't remember what their proper names are. It's like Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, something like that.
Yeah.
So both areas are just giant wild areas, basically. You get that, but both of them have like their own story thing in them.
Mm-hmm.
So Isle of Armor, you go there, and there's like this karate dojo, and so you do like some challenges, and then you get like a new legendary Pokemon Kung Fu, and so you got to like get him ready to battle, and then you can evolve him. That's basically the story of that area. But there's a whole bunch of different things to explore there. There's, I think, there's a new evolution of like slow poke there, like the Galarian version of that is on that island, so you can go do that. And there's a bunch of stuff to explore there. And then in the Crown Tundra, there's a new storyline there with a new legendary Pokemon, Calyrex. I don't know how to say half the Pokemon names, anyways. But yeah, so you go through that quest. But the interesting thing is, well, actually, so basically what happens, you get to this island, and there's this dad who wants to hang out with this girl, like his daughter, not like his girlfriend. And his daughter doesn't want anything to do with them because she wants to go do something else. So you get roped into like being buddy with them. He's like, "Oh, I got these legendary adventures for you." So the first one's this one with Calyrex or whatever, and he's this legendary Pokemon that like rides this horse, and you can go catch him. And you go do a bunch of things to like solve that mystery and everything. So that's kind of cool. He's got 3. Okay. The second one is you were hunting down a bunch of the different Reggie Pokemons, you know, like Reggie Rock and Reggie Ice.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get all of those, you get to go to a temple where there's 2 different new Reggies to choose from. It's like Reggie Electric and Reggie Dragon. So you get to do that. And the last one, which is really cool, which I remember we were kind of excited before, you get to catch the new Galarian like birds, like the Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos, and they're like Galarian forms, and they're like all new looking. But it's funny because when you catch them and show them to the dude, he's like, "I thought Moltres was a firebird, and this is not fire. I don't know what you brought me." It's like, okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, you get all that. Then you get all them, and then the other thing that they added into the area is there's this thing called Dynamax Adventures. So you remember the Dynamax battles, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same idea as that. So you get into like a dungeon, and it's got these branching pathways. And so when you go in, there's like 4 different like levels, and at the last one there's like a big Pokemon. And it's always a legendary Pokemon. There's always a legendary Pokemon there. And it's pretty much every legendary Pokemon from every game that's Pokemon game has ever existed. So, like Mewtwo, Lugia, Moltres, like the 3 birds, the Kanto versions of them are there. But you know what I mean? Like all of those type of Pokemon are there. And so you go through and you get to pick from a random pool of Pokemon to start with, but you don't know what the Pokemon at the end is going to be. And then you kind of like, when you start it, it will tell you one of the types it is. So like if you got, I mean, Mewtwo's easy because it's just psychic, but it'll just be like psychic Pokemon. If it was something that's like multi-type, it would just tell you one of the 2 types.
Okay.
So then you go through and you can see the next Pokemon you're going to fight, but just one of the types of them. So you're like, well, I'm going up against a psychic Pokemon, so I want something that's stronger than against them, like maybe a ghost type. So you look and you can see like, oh, there's a ghost type there. And then you go and fight like a Dynamax Pokemon that has that type. But you can like only go certain branches. So you kind of have to work your way up. And it follows the same rules like the Dynamax battles do, where it's like if you lose 4 Pokemon or if you run out of turns, then the thing ends. But if you get to the end and finish the last Pokemon, then you can capture it and like keep it. So you get a lot of nice legendary Pokemon that way, which is a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then you can also get the Ultra Beasts from Ultra Sun and Moon, Ultimate Sun and Moon, if you do like another like little side quest there. So pretty much every legendary Pokemon you ever imagined in any game is available in this game. So there's a lot to do. They had a lot of shit.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and then they also added, what was it? There's like these like champion like 2-on-2 battles, which were kind of fun. So you go and do those at the end. Like, I don't know, the brother's name, Lee. Lee's like, hey, come here, because he's the leader now. And he's like, you do these 2-on-2 battles, but Hop, you get stuck with Hop the first time. And he's a little douchebag. Because Ollie's still...
he's a little douchebag.
He still uses that fucking sheep. It's like, get a new fucking Pokemon.
I love fucking that sheet up. I fuck that sheep up every time.
Well, guess what? Now it's on your team, and now they're fucking it up, and you got to carry your whole fucking team, Nick.
When I was playing that game and Hot would approach me, I'd be like,
"Oh, what you got? A sheep? Fucking idiot!"
And then he'd be like, "You beat me. I'm now going to Pokemon." I'd be like, "Yeah, no shit. You've been using the same fucking sheep for every gym. How did you make it this far?
How'd you
do I don't even know." So, yeah, it's always good. I like it. I like it. There's a lot of stuff to do, and like I said, with the new areas that they added, there's a lot of more Pokemon that you could catch from the other games that weren't necessarily in there at the beginning. So I think there's basically half the Pokemon, more than half are available in the game with the expansions now. So I mean, if you're upset that one of the Pokemon you really like isn't there, then I guess that sucks. But so that leads me into a question we were kind of talking about before the podcast a little bit. It's kind of like what's going to happen with the new Pokemon games come out this week. Like today, when you listen, not today, next week when you listen to the podcast. What's a week from today? Because now you're gonna have Diamond and Pearl. The new versions come out, but not all those Pokemon are available at Sword and Shield, and that is the proper fighting game or like their tournaments. So I don't know if they're gonna change anything. I don't know if I explained that well. If that makes any sense, do you know what I'm saying?
Huh?
No.
Okay, so Sword and Shield, like you know how they do like the Pokemon Championships, right? Like Sword and Shield are the games, like the tournament games for this generation, and they already said that the new Diamond and Pearl are not going to be. But like if they don't make any changes to Sword and Shield and the Pokemon that you get in the new Diamond and Pearl, some of them might not be able to be used in Sword and Shield. So the question was whether or not they were going to change it or not to add more Pokemon into Sword and Shield for that purpose. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if there's an answer to that question.
I never finished Sword and Shield, so.
Oh, really?
So, I told you what happened with Sword and Shield, right?
Oh, it was when you got your Switch stolen and you're like, fuck this, I'm never playing it.
No. So when I got my new Animal Crossing Switch, for whatever reason, Sword and Shield at that time was one of the games that you couldn't transfer over, so I just lost my save data.
Oh.
And I was like, well.
Buy Pokemons.
But yeah, I'm not doing this again.
I mean, I guess on the flip side, if Home was out, then you could just be like, well, I'm just going to suck my Pokemon up into Home. I'd be like, good riddance.
Yeah. I'd be like, see you later, dickheads.
Yeah. And I'm like, then you just start a new game and you transfer your old Pokemon in. And you'd be like, oh, Hop, you got your level 5 sheep? Well, look at my fucking level 60 sniper salamander. Bitch. Yeah. But no, I do remember you saying that now. For some reason, I thought it was when you got your Switch stolen, but it's equally as disappointing. So
yeah.
But I am excited for the new Pokemon next week too. So there's that. But we were talking about what people are getting all bent out of shape about. So, I know you said the music. People weren't thrilled about that.
So the other thing that I was seeing people were like not super thrilled about, they were like, "Oh God, spoilers!" And I was like,
I think the thing that people are most bent out of shape about is actually legitimate right now. I don't know if you saw about it, but I'm gonna have to mention some things about piracy right now.
Yeah, I know the game's already out, but yeah.
So the game leaked. Diamond and Shining Purple have both leaked.
Oh, the flag thing, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been revealed that both games are on the same cart.
Oh, that too.
But there's just a little flag that, like, depending on what cartridge you have, that flag is either ticked or not, and makes it either Diamond or Pearl. But both game cartridges have every single Pokemon on them. You're just not allowed to have them because of the flag that's in place.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's a little ridiculous.
I mean, with this day and age, though, like with the GTS system, like it's so easy to get Pokemon anyways. Like it's not. I don't know. I don't get.
I guess that's not my point. Anymore. It's just like, all right. So we know that Nintendo prices some things at higher prices because they need bigger size cartridges and whatnot and all that good jazz. But if you're filling the bigger size cartridge up with a game that you can't access, that seems kind of shitty.
Well, I mean, realistically, 2 copies of the game they're sticking on there, though, right? It's just one game.
No. It's
the same game.
No. Okay. So, if you change the flag value, and you have diamond, and you change the flag value, it becomes pearl. And if you change pearl to a different flag value, you have diamond. You can literally swap back and forth, as people have found out via emulation, by changing one value number, and both games are in the same thing.
But it sounded like you were making it sound like there's two different games.
No.
Yeah, like I mean, because the only difference between the two games is just which random Pokemon show up.
That's true.
Places.
Like, that's true. But if you have two copies on one cart, what my point was that I don't know what version of cart they used, but they might have not needed to use that version if they were just like, all right, diamonds on this one and pearls on this one. There we go. No, There's no changing of things, which means the extra data isn't on there for the other Pokemon and stuff like that. That's something you would actually just get via actually trading or via events and stuff like that, instead of just having it already on there, which makes me think they'll probably have some kind of DLC that will unlock the rest of it as well. So, yeah.
I don't know. I think the only scandal is that people just realize how little work they put into the separate versions of the Pokemon game.
But it hasn't been that way in the past. It's just that way for this one.
Are we sure though?
Well,
yes, I mean, people have modded and hacked other Pokemon games to hell and back. This is the first time there's been a single flag that you tick to change it to a different version.
But my guess is they probably finish one game, and then they just make a copy, and then they just change the Pokemon in the other game. Like, I don't think it's like they spend I don't think they make two copies of the same game, simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, how different are the two? When you original Diamond and Pearl, you know what I mean?
How go back to Red and Green. Yeah.
Yeah. How different were those ROMs, realistically?
Oh, they were definitely different games and not the same game on one cartridge.
Yeah.
That's for
sure.
It
wouldn't have been
this is just the epitome of efficiency at this point.
But what I'm saying, are you really telling me that if you had a physical copy of blue in front of you and a physical copy of red, that there's that much difference between those two games? From a programming standpoint, it is the same exact game.
No. You are right about that. You're absolutely right. I just mean from a literal standpoint, there is definitely a difference, and the difference is they're two different games.
But they're not, though. The only difference between the two versions over the whole course of the games were just what Pokemon you could get.
You're correct, but they're
the same games.
If you were to rip red version,
yeah,
that's red version. You don't also get blue version with it. If you were to rip blue version, that's blue version. You don't also get red version with it. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's literally two different games. You'd have to get two different games to actually have it.
It's not two different games, though. It's the same game. They just remove some Pokemon. What we're having now is that just through modern programming, you can just make it, literally just swap it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really see that being a huge...
Why would you need to swap it?
Because depending
on if that's locked away from the general public, why is it there?
What do you mean, why is it there?
Yeah, I'm confused what you're asking, Brandon.
My question is, if you can't go into that code to swap it without being a hacker, what's the purpose of both being loaded on there to swap it?
They're probably not. Well, the game is probably not on there twice.
Yeah, no, it's just one game with just a flag with which random Pokemon are going to show up. That's what I was saying.
I don't know how the double cart exists, because I know there's obviously the double version that you can get physical or digital. But I would assume that there'd be because if you had it as the same as downloading the same game twice, the file size would be gigantic. This is just a standpoint of, hey, this is the least amount of space we can take up, and this makes the most sense from a programming standpoint. Why not just have a switch that says, hey, we are now in brilliant diamond mode?
Yeah, this is the version you bought.
Yeah. You go. Because let's say they put two versions, let's say the two versions were separate on the same cartridge. Do you really feel like you'd be getting that much more bang for your buck just because you have a whole other 60 gigs of code that you don't even know that you're using? You know what I mean?
Well, no, that was that was mostly the point I was trying to make. Like, it just seems like a useless way to fill up the rest of the cart.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't know why it's such a brouhaha to people that like this is how they decide to program the game. Like you're like it's really not like a huge deal to me anyway. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're buying digital, like you're not even buying the game in my opinion. So like you're just buying a key to use it. You have the permission to use it at that time. So I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's just their modern way of efficiency, really.
Yeah, it's just the only reason to be upset about it is just because like the illusion of them being separate games is just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, I can understand. Yeah. And these games too, like I guess, like I didn't realize this at the time, but Sword and Shield actually had like different Pokemon gym like trainers and stuff.
They like, those did, yeah.
But like the older ones didn't. Like there's literally no differences at all.
I think that was the only one that did that, and like that I can understand. Like those are definitely you have two different gyms and different things to interact with. Like at that point, those are two different games. But like Diamond and Pearl are a much older game. What was the difference? Actually, too, now that like this is a thing, I'm curious if Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee did the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they didn't have like there was small differences between those two as well.
They had like no differences, really, did they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes and no. It was very minute. Like, you gotta squint your eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, but I know the other thing that people have been getting really bent out of shape about, which is just kind of a weird thing to me, is like because they made it so that the what's it called, the experience like share is like on permanently now. Like there's no way to turn it off. And I didn't even know there was a way to turn it off in the last few games anyways. So this is definitely not applied towards me. But there are some people that be like, oh, I don't want to level up all my Pokemon. And like the guy, like the head of Pokemon, I don't remember what his name is right now. But it's just like, then put them in your box and only use one Pokemon. It's like, exactly. Like, I don't know. If you don't want to level the Pokemon, then just don't bring it with you. Like, what's the problem? Like, I don't know. I like that letting the Pokemon get all experience now. It's just nice that they get experience when you like catch Pokemon too, because that used to be like wasted time, and now you can just catch things and level things up. It's pretty nice. So, but yeah, there's some other things that people are upset about too. Oh, like Battle Frontier's not in here, and I never used Battle Frontier before. I don't know if you guys ever used Battle Frontier before.
Can't say I have.
No, I haven't.
According to the Pokemon head guy, he's like, nobody used it except for the really hardcore people, and we weren't going to waste our time making a mode that nobody's going to use. And I was like, fair, understand. Like, can't be upset about that. That makes sense. And I'm like, I wouldn't use it anyways. Like, I didn't use it before. So, there you go. That's what it is. I don't know. I mean, I guess the people are upset because, they want, like, a remake that's as true to the original as possible.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Like, that's fair.
If it's not going to have the stuff that it originally had, then it's more of a, I don't know, what would you call it? Huh?
Reimagining?
Yeah, reimagining is probably the easiest way to go about it.
But the other thing is, though, I don't think they were in Diamond and Pearl anyways. I think they were in Platinum. So it's like they wanted the Platinum features that were, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember Diamond and Pearl, I'm going to be honest.
All I remember was
Platinum, so.
Like, Diamond, like I skipped Gen 2 and 3, and then I came back in and Diamond, and that's like kind of where I started with Pokemon again, like from there. So it was kind of, that was my like Pokemon resurgence. But yeah, I don't know. All I remember was there was a Bloom Pokemon, which was like Diff Bloom. Oh, that was Bidoofs. Bidoofs were everywhere. I think this game had days of the week, I think too, right? Something like that.
I don't.
I know you guys don't remember. I'm just gonna know. Yeah, there's that. And yeah, that's about all I remember. So, but I will say, actually, just kind of like random, since we're talking about like really old Pokemon again. When I got home, it was kind of nice to consolidate 20 years of Pokemon into one place. I was like, oh, I got 5 Celebes, because that's what happens when you've been accumulating them for 20 years. So I'm like, oh, here we go. But it was kind of cool because I was like looking at Pokemon and I was like, oh, this is the Lugia that I caught from the GameCube game, and I'm like, oh, this is the I don't know, my Kyogre from Pokemon Sapphire. That's kind of cool that these things all like carried over. So it's kind of neat. And then I transferred over the Pokemon that I had from the Virtual Console too, because they made that thing. It's like the Gen 1 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's Pokemon I legitimately captured as they like went around the world. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. So I don't know. That's all I got for Pokemon. Unless you guys got anything else.
No.
Okay, so I actually looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why people are like, I don't like the whole global XP thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is because they did keep the levels of enemy Pokemon the same, which means you will be earning XP, because it doesn't actually tell you that you are, at 3 to 5 times more than you would have in the original game, thus making the game incredibly easier compared to the original, and making it so, like, it's just, there's no form of challenge whatsoever, and also you'll be stomping them, and on top of that, this is the way it's being explained from what I'm reading. It's like an 82 page thing. Apparently, it's also seems like it would make it so the game is shorter, and it wouldn't take as long to get through it because of how fast you'd be going through things.
Okay.
Because you'd be leveling up so quickly that you'd be able to get through everything so much faster. And several people are concerned that it would make the game way shorter than it originally was.
No, there's no way to turn it off in this window.
No.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, they just like don't use it. I didn't know they also tripled the XP though. So I don't know. I guess it'll be interesting. We'll see. I know it's out in the wild.
Triple to 5 times depending on your party is what it says here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then some other people are like, no, the game's way harder, and then other people are like, it just sounds like you suck. So I can't really figure out fully, because there's just so many different people here, but there's a long in-depth thing if you want to look up. But it also is full of spoilers, so if you care about spoilers, there's that. And then there's what people were calling the loot box system for the underground thing, but it's not a loot box system. It's just a fucking RNG like pull thing, kind of like the gacha mechanic from Smash Brothers Melee.
Wasn't that how the original dungeon shit was, though? Anyways,
I don't know. But my point is, a loot box costs money.
Oh yeah.
This doesn't. You know, it's just you just earn it by playing the game. You know.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I don't know. Are you guys getting both? I can't remember.
Yeah, probably eventually. I don't know when though.
Both Pokemon?
Well, just one of the new ones.
I'll get one.
No, both.
Well, both, technically. But no, I'll probably just get one of them.
Getting both.
You're getting both, Brandon?
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll get it. I'm gonna get it.
I'm technically getting one of them, but I'm buying both of them.
Yeah, I think it's because that's usually what you do. You buy the 2-pack and share it with Katie, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Then you both have the versions you can trade back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good idea. So there's that. And I'm kind of like pseudo excited for RCS. I hope it's not shit.
It looks like shit.
It kind of does. But that's how I feel about any open world game on Switch. Because
it's not an open world game. Yeah, they went back because someone called them out on it. They're like, this doesn't really look like an open world game. Like, I think you're making it look like an open world game, but it doesn't look open world. And basically, it's like Monster Hunter.
So it's an open world game.
Yeah, because Monster Hunter is open world. Well, classic Monster Hunter?
Well, okay, so there are quadrants in Monster Hunter, but it's open world enough that the Switch is like, oh god, what are you doing? Oh fuck. And that's what I fear.
I wouldn't call the other Monster Hunters open world where you have like the loading screens between.
No, that's why I said it's like quadrant. It's like pseudo open world.
Yeah, it's like fake open world.
No, I get that. But my point is still the Nintendo Switch struggles with that shit. So like, you know,
well, the Pokemon company struggles with making games too. Like that doesn't help either.
That's true, but like, man. All right, so I'll give you a small example. I went to my friend's island today, and he said, "Don't come up here to this one area." I went up there to that one area, and my frame rate dropped to like 15. He goes, "Welcome to the Isle of Flowers that kill your FPS."
I don't even think that's possible in that game, though. How did you do it?
It is. He has every bit of land on his island filled with flowers, but he also has about 50 black flowers in a row in this one area, and they just tank your FPS for no reason whatsoever.
Because I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a frame drop in that game.
Oh, come to his island. You will experience it. I promise. It is literally, we were sitting there and he was like, I said, how did you do this? And he just shouted at me, flowers. And then that was his answer. And it was every single plot of land was covered by a flower. And he told me how much he hated it. And he told me to dig them up and go plant them or sell them. He doesn't want to see them anymore. But every single plot of land was covered with flowers. And like I said, the specific darker flowers, they just dropped your frame rate. It just tanked it when you ran over them. It was insane.
Nuts.
Yeah. And that's my main point. My main point is like the Switch can't handle anything. You need to tailor your experiences for the Switch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like especially with the first party stuff, they should all be designed. Like, I mean, we've seen like Nintendo can make some great stuff on the Switch when they want to. So, question is, but like I said, a Pokemon company.
Mario Odyssey is still the best game on Switch, in my opinion. There's like not a single frame rate drop in that entire game. It runs beautifully. It works. It's just a great game. It feels expansive, but it isn't because of the way that it's designed to be much more like Mario 64, where like you've got all these different areas that you load in and out of. And as such, yeah. And I like it for that reason.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best games on the Switch for that reason.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. They did a great job with it.
So many people will point to like Breath of the Wild and is like, do you remember how badly that ran when it released?
Yeah, and you could still get some like weird hiccups there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's very few Switch games that like I'm like, this game runs incredible on Switch. And like I think the two biggest ones that come to mind that still blow me away are Mario Odyssey, which is a fantastic game just all around, and Diablo 3 of all things, which
Diablo 3 runs
absolutely amazing
well
on
too.
Switch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have weird things that should run well and don't, like the Link's Awakening remake. Like I don't understand why that one doesn't.
The Sonic game, it runs like absolute ass.
Yeah, it's just there's some weird stuff. It's like, I don't
There's
understand.
so many games that should run well that just do not. They're like the No More Heroes, not the third one, because it doesn't run well. I still love that game though. But no,
the third one does run well in the battles though. I think we talked about that before.
But it doesn't drop a single frame in the battles, but in the open world you got some issues. But that's not what we're talking about here. Travis Strikes Again, that game runs like ass, and it's a top-down like twin stick fighter.
Yeah, no
like what the fuck, you know?
No reason for that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
My food just arrived.
Well, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? I don't think we had any news.
Oh yeah, let's go to news. What do we got in news?
No, there's no news.
Oh well, then
I didn't see anything. I didn't really see anything in news.
Yeah, nothing came out this week.
Yeah, I guess like
nothing happened. Nothing at all.
Zero.
No. There's one thing I thought was really interesting. I want to mention. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid games have all been removed from the storefronts, like all of them.
Yeah.
So the reason why, which is really interesting, is the actual historical footage that they used, like the things that they show for like the war backdrops. That's like just B-roll footage that has nothing to do with the actual game, but they're like talking about wars in the past that happened in real life.
Mm-hmm.
They've been copyright claimed. So they actually lost the copyright to the war footage that they used for like 3 to 10 seconds in individual Metal Gear games.
Not as fair use?
Huh? Apparently not, because they were.
I thought they had to do that.
Yeah, apparently not. So they were demanded to remove Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 1 HD Edition from PlayStation 3, all of the ones from PlayStation Vita, all of the ones from PlayStation Now, all of them that are on Xbox 360, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on 3DS, everything on GOG, everything on Nvidia Shield, all of it. It's all gone. So until they, I guess, re-up the usage rights from the government of the licenses for the footage, they can't put their games back up for sale anymore.
That's wild. I hope it's not too much, because then they just won't do it at all.
Yeah.
It's Konami. They probably won't do it ever again.
Yeah, no, they all done fucked up.
Interesting.
Yeah, those games are probably dead for good, to be completely honest.
Probably.
I guess the physical versions are worth a little bit more right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Can't delist those. See, that's the thing, too, is like, that is one of the reasons why I'm so gung-ho on buying physical, because of weird shit like that. Like, one day you can't act, like, I mean, obviously, like, you can buy it.
You can access it if you have it. But you can't buy it right now if you don't have it.
That's what I'm saying. Like weird shit like that happens, and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I just am at the point where I don't finish games so much so that I just don't care. And if it comes down to something like this that's just completely ridiculous, I'm just gonna pirate it. I don't give a shit because it's not fair. It's not fair to the actual consumer, and they're not making money off of it anymore. So I'm just gonna fucking pirate it. I don't give a fuck. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, no, it's a mess. Anything else you guys got?
Nope, that was the only thing I saw that was interesting.
No, it is interesting. I know Kojima tweeted something about Metal Gear. I don't know if that's what he was talking about or not, but yeah.
I don't think he did.
No. All right, you guys ready to wrap up then?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, or our website, doublegaming.com. If you want to reach out to us, we're on Facebook or Twitter, or you can send us email, gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Hey.
Any final thoughts?
I'm not streaming this week because I have a pay-per-view, so no, I got nothing.
What's your pay-per-view? What are you selling? Is this like OnlyFans?
No,
except on cable?
No, I'm watching a wrestling pay-per-view.
Oh, you're
weekend.
watching one. Oh, I thought you were making one.
Are you dumbass?
I'm just kidding, you know. That's fine, I guess. Do you know what you're streaming next? Even though it's not this week?
Probably Battlefield.
Okay. That's fine. Good old. All right. Nick?
I will be making a pay-per-view.
Oh, yes.
What is it? I want to know.
I will be fighting
Logan Paul.
I will be fighting.
Yes.
I will be fighting God.
So you're gonna buy Shin Megami Tensei and then stream it?
I'm gonna attack and dethrone God. No, I'll fight Logan Paul. Even if I lose, I'll fight him. It's fine. I'll take a punch in the face.
Make a shit ton of money.
For $250,000, I'll get punched by anybody.
You don't get that much money. The only reason that much money was made was because of fucking Floyd Mayweather, and they just hugged each other for like.
Brendan. I get punched in the face by Logan Paul, right? And then I mint it, as an NFT. And then I sell it.
You know what? You got it. You just
for Ethereum, and then I sell my Ethereum for Poop Coin. And then when Poop Coin blows up, I can diversify my funds into cum dollars. And then it'll be okay.
That made me laugh way too hard for something that fucking stupid.
It's the future.
Okay,
baby.
Listen. You know what? Have you heard of someone called CoffeeZilla, Nick?
CoffeeZilla? No. What is this?
Okay. So he's an internet detective that actually covers the blockchain. Like, he follows the blockchain extensively. And he has uncovered so many frauds, so many scams, and he literally traces every individual dollar back of the scammer. And, like, he does all these crazy things. And I've been, like, shotgunning his videos lately. They're so good. And they're so interesting. because like he actually goes into the blockchain and proves how everything was done. There was apparently a recent cryptocurrency thing with several people, and they exposed that like those crypto punks you see so many people.
Oh yeah.
That's actually just a way for like celebrities on like YouTube and stuff like that to money launder between each other.
Oh no, I knew that because guess who has a crypto punk as his Twitter PFP?
I'm guessing one of the Paul brothers.
Jordan Belfort, otherwise known as the Wolf of Wall Street, who
went away to federal prison for money laundering.
Of course he did. Yeah, that entire video is really interesting, though.
So that's what I'm doing.
You're money laundering?
I mean, there's extra steps, but yeah, I gotta get
why not?
Face first, yeah. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that said, I'm Mike Anastasia. Find me online on Clash Penguin on Twitter or your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on. Forza Horizon 5 Animal Crossing. That's it.
that's it.
San Francisco treat.
I said that last night, right? I said that last night, and my friend was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's a old like 1998 like ad for Rice-A-Roni." He's like, "What the fuck is Rice-A-Roni?" And I was like, that's when I said it was from 1998. Like, it was a very popular commercial. And he goes, that was in the year I wasn't alive. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so fucking old now.
Does Rice-A-Roni not exist anymore?
I have no idea. I haven't looked for it in forever. I would assume that it still exists, right?
I think so. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm too lazy to Google it, though. I don't care that much.
I'll just do a quick Google search. Does rice... well, go bad is
well, that's not a for or against, because somebody could just have some 20-year-old Rice-A-Roni.
Mm-hmm.
It might still be good.
And it still exists. You can buy 12 flavors of it on Amazon right now for $40.
But that could still be 20-year-old Rice-A-Roni.
That's true.
I mean, it's probably still good.
Yeah, it probably doesn't expire.
I got to Google to see.
Yeah, it probably just doesn't expire.
Does rice go bad?
I don't fucking know.
I don't think rice goes bad.
I don't think
it takes a long time. They can get moldy because it sucks up so much water and stuff.
Dry white rice has a shelf life of up to 2 years, while brown rice keeps up to 6 months.
Well,
signs of expired rice include holes in the packaging, bugs, water, or mold.
Oh shit! I never would have guessed.
Who knew that bugs were a sign of bad food?
We know it's actually funny.
Delicacy.
Depending on where you get your rice from, it can already have bugs in it as like by design.
Wonderful.
Like by design?
So like I usually get my rice from like ShopRite or something, right? Or like my supermarket, I should say. Because I guess you guys have probably like Gennardi's or something. I don't know. So I bought rice one time from a Asian market, and the fucking rice from like the day I got it had like these little bugs rolling around in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what they were called, like rice something. Like it was like a specific bug that only like exists inside of like rice. And apparently, like, more Japanese and authentic rice, like, will have shit like that because they don't spray, like, the chemicals on there to kill those kinds of bugs. And most of the time, people will just, like, eat the bugs along with the rice.
I see.
And I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Sounds lovely.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, well, maybe I actually have no idea what to say after that. I'm just done with that sentence.
I keep my rice in a plastic container as to keep water and bugs out of it, but you know, things happen.
I mean, sometimes you can just get that flour with the bugs already in it. That's gross
true.
too.
Yeah, that's also very gross.
You know how it is.
Yeah,